What's up, guys? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. Today, we are carrying on with our challenge playthrough we've been doing on the channel recently with this special event where chat gets to affect the game. I guess before we should jump into it, I'll show you guys our current world modifiers and stuff. You can see here, everything is on normal and we've got no build cost. But the current active challenge is to use a controller. So I'll explain everything going on with this event and this playthrough in just a moment for those that don't know. What's up, Loaf? Thanks so much for the stream, dude. I hope you're doing good. But yeah, first of all, you can see in the bottom left, we've been crossing off each boss as we do it. So we've just got the Queen and Father left. In the bottom right, you can see a timer for how long this has taken. And yeah, that is our current situation. What's up, Welsh? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. Okay, so yeah, right now in the playthrough, I guess I'll explain. We finally found Modder. Yes, exactly. Finally, she's taken down. So yeah, currently, it did take so long. We got unlucky with that. Basically, if we get 20 iron, then we'll be able to make a demolisher, right? But we have a really kind of somewhat unique situation. Oh, I forgot. It's nighttime. We'll probably wait that out. We have a pretty unique situation where we've got no build cost activated because that was on the last thing's chat activated, which is really good. However, it means that we can't deconstruct a bridge to get our metals. So in order to make our demolisher for the Queen, we have to get it from a swamp. Maybe I'll just drop that here for now. So yeah, currently we're just in a swamp. We're here to get 20 metal and then make a demolisher and go and do the Queen. And then it'll be Ashland's time. So that's where we're up to at the minute. The current situation is we're sort of trapped in a situation where we're having to deal with... Oh, hang on. I need to change something because we're forced to use controller. This auto run feature, which by the way should be called toggle sprint, not auto run. Yeah, with controller you need that on. I was recording videos of it all. So yeah, we want to basically get some iron here, but the problem is the only iron is like right by this spawner that is going to keep spawning Draugrs in, and we don't want the Draugrs to keep being archers, so we need to get rid of the spawner ASAP. So a little bit sketchy. Nice. But yeah, I'll explain everything about how this playthrough works and what we're doing. Bonfire to get chains so you can cook that bug meat. I don't think it's going to be worth it with a controller because managing the building and stuff is kind of scuffed. Might be able to get a chain anyway. It's a really high spawn rate of chains in chests. Oh, here we go. In fact, maybe we just store our iron in here for now. All right. So now we've explained what we're currently doing in the playthrough. Allow me to explain everything else. So anyone, I'm sure most people tuning in at this point have seen what we've been doing with this playthrough, but to anyone that hasn't, I will explain right now. I'll try not to bombard people. What's up, Martin? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. I won't bombard people with the explanation, but I will do it sort of once at the beginning, maybe once in the middle, once at the end, something like that. We don't really know when the deep north is going to come, actually. No one really knows yet, but it's probably going to be a while. Okay, so you'll notice that we've got a donation goal at the bottom of the screen, and we don't normally have that, right? So I might explore a little bit more, see what else we can find whilst we talk about this. So how this works is basically polls are triggered in the chat based on where we're at in the donation goal. So in order to add to the bar to trigger the polls, people have to donate via specifically the Streamlabs donation link. It's got to be that link, otherwise it won't work. You can get a link to that by doing exclamation donate. It's in the description. It's also the pinned message at the top of the chat. And basically how it works is every time someone donates via that link, no matter how, oops, that's annoying. No matter how little or how much they donate, every dollar gets added to the bar at the bottom of the screen as long as it's done via the Streamlabs link, right? Every $10 increment on the bar triggers a poll for everybody in chat. It works on Twitch. It works on YouTube. Anybody can vote. No one has to donate to vote. Therefore, no one has to donate to take part in the event. And what happens at the $10 increments is the votes allow chat to decide what world modifiers to turn on or off. So at every $10 increment, you can vote to turn the map on or off, do max combat on or off. Excuse me. Sorry, that sneeze had to come. 50% drop rate. Portals on or off. Fire hazards. Max death penalty. No build cost. And when the vote happens, a thing will come up on the screen to tell you what to vote for. And the message will be posted in chat so you know what to vote for, etc. So chat basically gets to decide what our world mods are. Every $100 increment, chat gets to vote on the current active challenge at the top left. So right now the challenge is making me use a controller. And At those votes, you get to choose between invert in A and D, no sleep, club only, vegan character, no repairs, invert mouse, use controller. If we hit the donation goal of $1,000, of which we are super close to, we are $95 away from. If we hit that goal, we will do a special speedrun stream where anybody in chat will be able to join. I'll stream on a multiplayer server and I will post the server in the chat. Thank you for the YouTube membership, Martin, you legend. Appreciate that, mate. Hope you're doing good. Oh my god. Trying to control the camera with the controller is so hard. Thank you for the YouTube membership. I appreciate that, Martin. You're a legend. That helps. Thank you. So yeah, we're super close to doing it. And then when we hit the goal, you guys will also be able to vote for the final active challenge, because as soon as we hit the goal, the next stream I do will be the multiplayer stream. And that'll be super fun. But we will also be finishing the playthrough. So you guys will get to kind of decide what the finale will look like as well. And yeah, we're doing it. The reason we're doing this is just to raise some money for the channel, because I've just been through some financial difficulties recently, basically. It's just going to help me pay some bills and stuff. See, I don't think there is an official way to toggle auto collect on controller, is there? No. So usually I just press the button to toggle it on the keyboard even when I'm playing with the controller, but right now the keyboard cable is plugged into the controller because it died. Right, let's go check outside for a moment anyway. But yeah, we're super, super close to hitting this goal. It would be great if we could get there today to allow me to get some more content out sooner rather than later. I can't stream super long tonight because obviously, to anyone that doesn't know, I posted a video before the stream today, so I couldn't start right away because today we got the news that basically Iron Gate teased a witch's hut, basically. So I made a video about that earlier today. Otherwise I would have been live earlier. The witch's hut looks like such good vibes though. Okay. So yeah, we'll just make whatever progress we can. Can stream for at least a few hours. Oh yeah, we need to actually smelt all the iron. We don't actually have any wood, do we? What's up, Aaron? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing good. Hey, good luck today. Have a good stream. Thank you for the look. I appreciate that, Mars. I don't like. I'm gonna plug my keyboard back in just so I can toggle auto collect. Hopefully, my controller is charged enough. How are you guys doing? It's so funny because I've been streaming so much lately. I get so used to chatting to you guys that even if I don't stream for like a day or two, it feels like it's been ages. I forgot. I think there is an abomination on the loose somewhere. It's something sus. School started back today. Last semester of undergrad. Nice. That is a really good time. What is it you're studying, Aaron? It's nice for me. You stream when I'm working. Makes great background noise. Nice. I appreciate that. I also love having something like that on in the background. So I appreciate that. I do the same thing. Because we have no build costs, there's no harm in just doing another one. Okay. Might as well also get this started as well. Pharmaceutical science got a bunch of scary sciences and not much else. Nice. Sounds interesting. I think my cousin did something similar to that. It's such a meme that you can't walk with your inventory out the controller. Oh boy. Oh, that was very close. Controller challenges. Okay. Wait, where did I throw it? Uh-oh. Wait, where is all the iron? I wonder if it went inside. Something. Oh, there it is. Thank God for that. Definitely a panic moment there. Okay. You guys remember when smelters used to require like 21 coal instead of 20 to do 10? It was like a little bit over for whatever reason. A little bit more than double. Okay, we've got 4. Should be Gucci now. I wonder if I deconstruct this with stuff in it, if I'll get the stuff back or not, because of the fact that stuff doesn't drop anything when you've got no build cost. Seems like a little bit of a risk. This last few streams, are we preparing for Queen fight? Yes, we've beaten all the bosses except for Queen and Farda. We have a seal breaker, so we're just getting this demolisher. We have the Queen location. So once we get 20 iron here, we can go do the Queen. Pretty close now. I'm not sure. Oh, we're actually out of wood. Makes sense, I guess. I definitely burnt a lot of it. Just thinking we can try and there are enemies nearby, eh? What's up, warband? Oh, I need one more. Yoink. Hell yeah. I'm good, thanks, mate.
Let's get it on.
Foggy. Mike, thank you so much for the $10 donation. You legend, bud. Thank you for supporting the content and keeping the dream alive. You guys know what that means. Time for our first poll of the stream. Exclamation, vote, map, if you want to turn the map off. Exclamation, vote, combat, if you want max combat difficulty. Exclamation, vote, drop, to nerf the drop rates by 50%. Exclamation, vote, portals, to disable portals. Exclamation, vote, fire, to enable fire hazards. Exclamation, vote, raids, to double the raid rate. Exclamation, vote, penalty, for maximum death penalty. And exclamation, vote, build, to enable build cost. All right, we need to put ourselves in a little house. Get your votes in now, chat. You've got 1 minute to get your votes in. And if it's a tie, we just go again until chat makes its mind up. Oops. My God, controller things. Everything is just a little slower, a little harder of controller. 20 seconds. Nice. Looks like chat wants max combat difficulty for doing the queen. All right. So. Let's go. Oh. We should do a level 2 repair. All right. Looks like the poll's closed. Let's see what was the result. Combat was the most voted option. Here we go. Here we go, chat. This is going to get very interesting doing maximum combat with a controller. All right. And yeah, definitely interested. Try to do the queen fight with it. We'll see how that goes. But thanks again for the $10 donation. I appreciate that. 91.5% of the way through the goal. So close. Again, when we do that goal, we'll be doing a celebratory multiplayer stream where we do a speedrun stream where anyone in chat can join in on the fun. All right. Time to head towards the queen. East it is. Okay. Hang on. No thanks, Leech. We mean business now. Ah, whatever. They won't be able to keep up anyway with a long ship. So hard to place a boat nicely with controller. Oh. Well, no win. It's nice that we learned that I can actually zoom out. Hoping we can sort of go around this missile, well, let's see. We're gonna have to figure out, once they've done the queen, what's the, like, basically what could be the best and most interesting way to do border. It's really going to depend on what our settings are at the time. Jojo asked us about witches. Very interesting. Oh, it looks cool, right? I appreciate that. Thanks. The update for the teasing is looking cool. Yeah, whenever we just get news, like from them, like little pieces of news from Twitter or blog posts or whatever, it's like the only time I don't make like a fully fledged video. I just do those ones where it's actually me talking to the camera a bit. And I do like making them. It's nice to have something you can just bash out, talk to you guys more directly. personally, when you hit the goal, you should be free of challenge, but still... Sorry, let me get to safety. I was reading that because I heard fueling. You should be free of challenges, but still do setting changes with when any donors come in. Okay. Yeah, we can definitely fine tune and discuss like what we want to do for the finale. I was kind of thinking one of the things we could do is basically we could come up with a new poll where chat just votes. We just come up with like, you know, some ideas for a new poll for what should just be what we do for the Barda segment. Oh shit. Like it could be like magic only, melee only, something like that. Just like a few options like that. Hello, I had to get off halfway last time. Can you give a small recap? I am not sure. When that was, like what was going on at the time, but I can definitely give a recap of the playthrough. We are basically just, we've killed the first 5 bosses. And we've ended up in a weird hole, by the way, here, which is kind of funny. And we've found the queen, and we've managed to make the seal breaker, and we've made a demolisher. So now we are heading to the queen location to fight the queen. And then there's just farther left, and that's it. You like that idea, Raina? Yeah, maybe we can just like... We can definitely be brainstorming ideas for what could be in the list whenever you guys want. But maybe when we just hit the goal, we like just sort of figure out together what we want the final pull to be. And that be like sort of the final challenge set for the last segment. Such an awesome concept to run in here. Can't say I've seen it in any other channel. Oh, I appreciate that. Nice of you to say. Well, I'm dead. Should have just gone with the bow instead of the fire. You can't do building mechanics fast enough with a controller. Because you stop in your fucking spot. Oh my god. That's not good. You gonna stop as soon as you hit the target, or going to play for a while after, so you can finish the playthrough? Well, if we're talking about tonight, you know, any given stream, it depends what time it is. I can't stream much further past midnight tonight, because I'll be keeping people awake. So it doesn't really matter where we're at. I just can't do that. But as far as the playthrough in general, we'll be finishing the run no matter what. However, the way we'll probably do it is when we hit the goal, if I still have time to keep streaming, I'll keep streaming on whatever day that is that we hit the goal, right? I'll still just finish when I would normally finish. I won't end early. But then, the next stream that I do, if we hit the goal, I'll be dropping down to doing 2 days a week of streaming instead of 3, because I need to get some videos finished. But the next stream after we hit the goal, I will do the multiplayer stream that we said we would do when we hit the goal. And then we'll probably go back to speedrunning or something for a bit. And at some point in the future, but not that far away, maybe just in a few weeks or something, we'll come back to this playthrough and finish it in like a stream or 2. But yeah, we'll probably do a poll when we hit the goal. We're voting on like what we want the challenge to be for the last segment. But we don't necessarily have to do that poll on stream, you know what I mean? We could do it in the Discord or something. That's what I think we'll probably do. Got all of the old instant Desquito kill. True. Oh, what? Another one. Okay. Just the fact that opening the menu makes you stop is such a pain in the arse of the controller. Do you know what the new blue thingies are in the swamp? Or is it public test only? Do you mean from the blue thingies around the hut that they showed in the blog post? Is that what we're talking about? Because if so, that isn't on public test. They're saying they're teasing it from an update. Okay, you are talking about that? Okay. Yeah, so they're saying that update's going to be out in the fall sometime. And no one really knows what it is. But it seems to be a witch's hut. I made a video about the witch's hut today on YouTube. What's up, Terry? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing good. You're welcome, Ryan. What the fuck is going on, dude? I can't avoid enemies enough with nothing to grab enough mats to make a hammer so I can escape without bumping in the freaking abominations. Okay, it's distracted temporarily by that workbench, but that won't last very long. Maybe we just kill the skelly by trying to push him into the fire. Something like that. Okay. See, no sticks or anything. They always been that big. The starred enemies can get a little bit bigger. And I believe there used to be a thing, I think it's still the case, where when you increase the combat difficulty, enemies get a little bit bigger. That it used to be written like that, because I remember when it was like on the test server. Don't know if it still is. If he's destroying our bed right now, it's kind of GG for a while. Take a minute to recover from that. If that happens. Oh god. Foggy, fur. Thanks so much for the Prime sub. You listen, dude.
All is well. Thanks for the great stream.
All is well. Thanks, Fur. Great to hear from you. Thanks for the Prime, man. Hope everything's good with you. I think in this situation, first of all, I think we're going to have to mark this. And I think it might be worth trying to sail somewhere a little safer, if possible, to get a bed closer by. Maybe we can just sail around the island because we couldn't get through here. It's connected. Maybe we could go around the other side because it is turning into Black Forest there anyway. You know? Because now I'm a little bit concerned that that abomination may have destroyed our bed. So I'll kind of want to get a safe bed down. With unlimited build, you can always use portals too. That's true. What the hell? It's a Leviathan coming out of this fog. It would be cool to see his eyes. But it was rare I actually bothered looking at his eyes. It'd be cool if there was something that he could eat on the Leviathan. Some sort of sea fungus. You know what I mean? Abyssal Berserker axes. Ooh. That sounds so cool. That'd probably immediately be my favorite weapon. Love the Berserker axes. Love the Abyssal Razor. Have you tried to build a base on a Leviathan? You can't build on a Leviathan, unfortunately. I have tried as well. Yep. I was kind of expecting that, to be honest, but I've got a long ship, so we'll be all right. If we had a raft, it wouldn't be good. So one of the things that max combat difficulty does as well is turn up the spawn rate for more difficult enemies. And one thing I actually don't know about that is, oh, we've been here before. I wonder if there's a base there. Is whether or not that includes things like serpents or abominations. Oh, it might be. Oh, this actually wasn't a good idea. Oh, we've been here, but it was a time when we didn't have one to build, so we had to deconstruct. This might be GG. We'd be better off to getting on a boat. With max combat difficulty, a grey dwarf rock basically kills us. Still not managed to drag one of those back to land yet. Oh, really? Actually, like one of my very early Valheim videos is a pretty good guide on how to do that. That's still totally legit. It's called Valheim Beginner's Guide to the Ocean. The next update would be cool if they added some new recipes that required old materials like troll hide and more chitin. True. Why is using a controller an active challenge? Because using a controller is terrible, and there's lots of tricky speedrun strats and stuff that you basically can't do with a controller, because when you're in the menu, it stops you from moving. And chat decided on what the active challenge is that they could vote on were, and one of the main reasons they added use controller is because they knew I'd never used a controller in Valheim before. Because I'm a speedrunner and have zero reason to do so. Because it makes the game objectively slower. I'm not sure what to do here at this moment. Yeah, lots of people use the controller and they just play casually and stuff. It's not really we're sort of a million miles away from playing casually right now. It's fine. We're playing the game normally. It's terrible. If you're trying to do something like a crazy challenge or speedrun or whatever. Fuck! Atomic Crafter! Thank you for the $10 donation, you legend. Thank you for supporting the content and keeping the dream alive. Getting super close now. 9:25. You know what that means, guys? Time for another poll. Exclamation vote space map to disable the map. Exclamation vote space combat to put the combat difficulty back to normal. Exclamation vote space drop to nerf the drop rate by 50%. Exclamation vote space portals to disable portals. Exclamation vote space penalty for maximum death penalty. And exclamation vote space build to re-enable build cost. Okay, we don't seem to be being chased right now. So we can try and get a bed down or something. Could also quickly chuck down a portal just in case things go completely tits up. You've got 1 minute to get your votes in, chat. So if you want something specific, make sure you get those votes in. Okay. Well, now we've got this guy to deal with. If it's a tie, just do the vote again. And we're getting closer and closer to hitting that goal. You won't have many more opportunities to take part and affect this challenge. When we hit that goal, we'll be doing a special stream where I'll do a speedrun, but it'll be on a multiplayer server, and we'll post the password for that server in the chat so anybody will be able to join in on the fun. And not to mention, we will still be finishing the challenge, but you guys will just do one final vote that decides what the challenge is going to be for the last segment of the game, which will be obviously in the Ashlands. All right, what's the result of this next poll? Raids is the most voted for option. Here we go. This raids option, honestly, is like kind of a sleeper threat, let's call it. It can actually be like a massive ball ache. Let's see. It's one of them things that obviously it doesn't affect you until it happens. But when you're doing speedrun strats and stuff, getting a raid at some random little setup you've got can be so scuffed. Right. Now, I still want to see if I can just go around, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Being hunted. Oh, don't say it. I get PTSD. Let's make that for what it's worth. Guess we have to go with this, actually. For now. Oh, God. It's not ideal. Yeah, we found the queen location, and we've got a seal breaker, and we've got a demolisher. It's just on our dead body that we need to get. But we are basically on the way to the queen, slowly but surely. Streamlabs not rolling that percentage to 2 decimal places. It's slightly annoying to me. Not enough for me to think about it. But it's not there. But wait, about it when it's not there, but it's annoying enough. I felt like sharing my feelings. Oh, lol. Yes, it is funny. What's up? Zach, thanks for the stream. Hope you're doing good, dude. Yeah, it is kind of dumb, and it is just anyone that works in any kind of development or knows anything about programming or anything like that knows that seeing something like that, a simple Streamlabs chatbot with like 10 decimal places or whatever, because it's not been rounded, they all know that that could trigger a massive rant about the current state of software and tech in general. I'm good for a sec. Hope you're doing good, man. I think we just sail like the original plan was. Probably should still at least try to make a hammer before I go, though, even though I could just jump in one of these boats, because there's no build cost. Well, frankly, to be honest, even at the best of times, a hammer's almost always our best weapon. Okay. We stick to the plan. I was thinking maybe it could be faster if we go more on land. But let's just get this thing done. Oh, didn't see that rock because I was zoomed out. I was just thinking in my head, like, the whole zooming in, zooming out thing in Valheim is something that when people haven't watched the channel before, very often people ask why I'm so zoomed in. And I was just thinking how it's kind of funny that in the world of video games, there is sort of an obsession with essentially zooming out.
Goofball.
Oh shit, Dana, thank you so much. Wait, he did, what the fuck? He did it. He did exactly the amount. Dana, thank you so much for the $75 donations. You freaking legend. We did it, guys. Thank you so much. This is a massive help with helping me catch up and pay the bills and be able to keep the dream alive because, you know, we've got to get that stuff covered so we can keep doing the cool stuff that hopefully you guys enjoy and that I love doing. So thanks a lot, Dana, for being the biggest donator throughout this event and getting us over the line. You fucking legend, mate. And thank you to everybody else because we couldn't have got there without all of you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much. And rest assured, we have a ton of content, a ton of Valheim coming to the channel. An absolute ton. And this is going to help me continue to do that. So thanks a bunch, everybody. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm really glad that people have really enjoyed this event. The event was done this way because we just needed to raise these funds right now. But I'm looking forward to doing some sort of streams with similar features in the future that, you know, will maybe be a bit more inclusive and, you know, doing it a way that could be even better and more fun for people and not necessarily centered around donation goals. But thank you so much, everybody. I could not. I've been doing content creation for basically like a decade. And most of that time, I've been going absolutely nowhere. Doing it in obscurity, but never giving up. And it is only since Valheim released that things have started to work out. But I am still very far away from the whole situation that like content creators that like don't have to worry about their income and stuff already. We are on track completely for accomplishing amazing things, but it's still early days, so it's still a challenge to keep things going, and all of the support that you guys give is the only reason we're able to stay on track. So thank you. Santa's gonna be sad he misses. True. All right, so we will do some polls. We need to talk chat. We need to figure out exactly what it is we want to put in some of the polls. Before we do that, I think it's only fair to run our last couple more polls for the active challenge and the world modifiers. But now we've hit this goal, I will explain what happens next. We're still going to finish the stream tonight. I'll probably still stream until around midnight, because why would we end? We can take the goal off the screen and stuff, but you know what I mean? We're still doing this run. So anyway, before we do some more polls, let's explain what happens next. Thank you for being such an incredible content creator and person. I'm happy to do what I can to support the stream. Oh, thanks so much, Raina. That's so kind. I really appreciate that. I couldn't do it without all you guys. No question. No question. Let man get rid of the dog controller. True. We will definitely do a challenge mod in a moment. A challenge vote in a moment. So before we do the vote, where we might be able to get rid of the controller, for example. Oh God. It's almost as if sailing through mist. I can't see. So I'm going to explain what happens next. Because we hit the goal, that means the next stream that I do, which because we hit it today will be this week. The next stream we will do a multiplayer stream where I'll do a speed run, but it'll be on a multiplayer server, and we'll drop the password to that server in the chat so anyone will be able to join in on the fun. That's what the next stream will be, as sort of a celebration of hitting this goal. So that'll be later in the week. I will post in the Discord in advance and on the YouTube community tab when that will be, because I can't tell you right at this moment, because I need to figure out setting up what we need to set up, because I'm going to try and mod the server to increase the player count. We'll have to see how that goes, but it'll be sometime this week for sure. So just make sure you're in the Discord or paying attention to the YouTube community chat tab to make sure you don't miss that out. Obviously, we didn't know that we're going to hit the goal right away or anything, so yeah, we can't really plan all of this in advance, but I'll work on it this week, and we will do it later in the week. But I will announce it as far in advance as I can. So that's the next stream. You might be wondering though, what's going to happen with this playthrough? Well, here's what I think. There is no point in just stopping this playthrough right? Because we're so close to finishing it anyway. So what we're going to do is, first, we're going to do 2 more polls in just a moment. One, we'll be voting on the world modifiers like we normally do. And one, we'll be voting on the active challenge like we ordinarily do. That will be how we play for the rest of this stream, right? Then I want to start gathering suggestions from chat for what is going to be the challenge for the final segment, the farthest segment. Because what my idea is that when this stream is over, we can do a post in the Discord on the social media and stuff announcing that we hit the goal, and we'll have you guys vote on one final challenge that we will do for the farther segment, if that makes sense. So we can sort of reset world modifiers, reset the current active challenge, forget about that. After this stream, we'll do a vote where anyone in chat, we'll do a vote on what the challenge is. We'll just have like one final challenge at the end of the game. So you can vote on sort of like what the finale of the challenge playthrough will be. And then I'll edit all of this into a video for you guys to enjoy. So that's what's going to happen next. I saw there's got a few questions coming in, so I'll answer those before we run the next polls. Am I streaming on Twitch? Yes, I'm streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Can't wait for multiplayer stream. Hope there's a chance to get involved. Hell yeah. I mean, if it ends up being too last minute, maybe we can plan it a bit more in advance if that's better for people, but I'll need to figure it out first and then I'll let you guys know. How does a chat affect the gameplay? Like a distinct commentary or what? What do you mean chat affects the game? Okay. So throughout this entire playthrough, we've had polls in the chat periodically. Wait. Oh, I've gone past the island. I'm going to the wrong place. Where chat has been voting on turning on or off certain modifiers and setting certain challenges. So that's how chat has been affecting the game. It has been crazy. We're obviously getting towards the end of the run now. And you're about to see how that works because we need to run some polls. So first up, let's do another world modifier poll. Exclamation vote space map in the chat if you want to disable the map. Exclamation vote space combat if you want to put the combat difficulty back to normal. Exclamation vote space drop if you want to nerf the drop rates by 50%. Exclamation vote space portals to disable portals. Exclamation vote space fire to enable fire hazards. Exclamation vote space raids to put the raid rate back to normal. Exclamation vote space penalty for maximum death penalty. And exclamation vote space build to enable build costs. Get your votes in now. You can vote on Twitch and on YouTube in the chat by doing the commands that I just said. They're also written on the screen if you look closely, if you've forgotten. And yeah, you've got 1 minute to get those votes in. If it's a tie, we just do the vote again. And you are running out of ways to affect this playthrough, to affect this challenge. So now's the time to get involved and cast your votes if you haven't already. Because we've hit the goal and we'll get into the final segment. So like I said, we can still do votes today. But after today's stream, there's only going to be one final vote for the final segment of the game. Jesus. The controller stuff is so real. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate that. The Goblin Gamer. The thing is, even if I run to my stuff to collect it right now, and I don't die, I'm not going to be able to do anything because my inventory is going to be too full probably. Oh, shit. Run. All right, the votes are over. What was the result? Combat was the most voted for option. All right, guys. You know what that means? We change the combat setting. Back to normal. Okay. And because we hit the last $100 threshold, we get to do our final challenge modifier vote as well. So do exclamation vote space invert if you want me to invert my A and D keys. Do exclamation vote space sleep if you want my character to not be able to sleep. Do exclamation vote space club for it to be club only. Do exclamation vote space vegan to make my character vegan. Do exclamation vote space repairs. Ban my character from doing repairs. Do exclamation vote space mouse for inverting the mouse. And exclamation vote space controller if you would like me to continue using a controller. I think what we really need to do at this point is try and get a bed here. These things are getting a little scuffed. And we can't do anything with a controller because it's so bad. Club only queen sounds harsh but fun. Yeah. We'd definitely have to make... It definitely would have to include all stuff that does like club damage or whatever. Because it wouldn't be possible with a wooden club. Probably. Well, maybe. It definitely would include some shenanigans. That would take some serious figuring out. It's probably not impossible though. It just might require some glitches. Alright guys. The votes are in. What one? Mouse was the most voted option. Oh my god. Well, honestly, inverting my mouse at this point, I think, even though it is cursed to have inverted mouse, and I did get used to it last time, I don't know if I'm going to be used to it anymore, but you can get used to it eventually. And then when I am used to it, it's definitely better than using a controller. So didn't we decide earlier that any weapon that levels club still counts as club? Yeah, we did. We did. Jesus. I'm a controller main now, guys. Feels weird. Why is this cable in my way on my desk? I need to tie it away somehow with a cable organizer or something. It's doing my head in. Okay. I'm gonna do one thing real quick. Now we're back on keyboard. We just didn't want you to use controller. True. I appreciate that, chat. Oh, God. I'm aiming the wrong direction because of the inverted mouse. It's so funny the way we've done this challenge thing because it's always just from one hell to another, basically. All right. Right. So this is us for the rest of tonight's stream. These settings. I mean, it's sort of up to you guys if you want to be able to still affect the world modifiers for the rest of today's stream. But now I want to hear your guys' suggestions for what the final challenges could be. I'm thinking like stuff like we basically vote on whether we do the farther segment like melee only, magic only, yeah, no, you know, whatever, no sleeping. I don't know what else, but you know, stuff like that. Oh, maybe actually we go with wood. We can use a bonfire to get rid of this Desquito and get our stuff easy. Based only against fodder. Fear the vegan. I'm not saying no to the to ideas because a lot of these are really good ideas. Depending on what it is, may require more time to actually figure out. Because we could be in very uncharted territory. Let's say. It just depends. I'm trying to think about fists only. Might be possible. No build pieces that use fire. Okay. Good suggestion so far, chat. Oh, shit. I normally have my hammer on that slot. All of my, yeah, my inventory is a mess from using controller because you have to use the hotbar for food with a controller, barely. Otherwise, you are sort of cooked. Why am I even wasting my time using anything other than Demolisher? The journey continues. Bye. It's so funny, like, using late game weapons on early game mobs. It's absolutely ridiculous. Will look cool when you get a Draka. True. Come on, Odin. We need the power of the wind. Okay. All right, back on track. Who knows what kind of chaos is going to happen between here and there, because there's going to be so much mistlands to deal with. Almost certainly going to have some mistlands traversal. I need to write something down. I've been wondering if we make the video about this playthrough, what we would call it. Because it's one of the things, and I think this is like one of the reasons why the viewership's actually been really low for this series. One of it's definitely just because money had anything to do with it. People just don't like that, but that is what it is. I know that's the case. That's why I'm always content first focused, but this just had to happen. I do this for a living at the end of the day. And I was in a jam and I needed to get out of it. So that I'm at peace with. But I think one of the other reasons is it's a really complicated concept to communicate in just a few words. You know what I mean? Because you really like, you want them like short, snappy little titles. Like I've been using this chat effects a game thing on YouTube for a while for this. And I think it's pretty good, but it's just such a complicated concept. But what I was just thinking is it's actually different. Once we've finished it, what it will look like as an edited video is almost easier to explain as a whole instead of a piece, like watching a stream, right? So I think I might literally just call it the most insane Valheim challenge ever or something like that, because it essentially has encompassed almost all types of Valheim challenges in one playthrough. You know what I mean? It's easier to just say it's that, which is not, which is like a pretty just title, I think. Then it is to try and explain the whole concept. And then we just obviously explain the concept in the actual video. But for a title, I think that's going to do good. I have the best viewers ever, and here's why. True. True. Valheim, but chat gods are mean to me. The chat comes up with funny YouTube titles, not gonna lie. Okay. We ever tried using AI to generate a title? Oh, God. Yes. It's shit. I had a brief... I was believing the hype on AI for a brief moment. Like, I think everyone was. And lots of people still are. We're going to talk about AI. It's a wider topic if you guys want. Considering, you know, we do game development and stuff on this channel now. It's like, seems more relevant. So it's a complicated problem, but when it comes to content creation, it's shit, man. Here's what I'll say about the idea of using it to generate titles, because basically, you know, I spent years trying to figure out the YouTube thing and gotten to the point where I've got lots of videos that have got lots of views now. So I feel like I've figured it out. Nothing is ever really a sure thing, because there is no... The system of the YouTube algorithm and all the systems they use, which incorporates AI and machine learning and all that kind of shit, you won't get the same result twice anyway. So, like, there is always some element of sort of randomness and luck and stuff. But I feel like we've got it figured out pretty good. Been pretty consistent with... when I know I'm posting something that I feel like is going to work, it usually does. So... here's what I'll say about using AI to generate titles. If you're clueless about YouTube, and let me rephrase that actually, because maybe clueless isn't the right thing. If you feel like you just haven't figured out what YouTube titles work, i.e. you haven't made and posted any videos that have done well, using AI to either inspire ideas for what a title could be or give you title ideas is probably a worthwhile experiment, because when you're still trying to figure it out and you're learning, you should try anything and everything. You need to... no one should rely on AI too much to learn any discipline on the planet. Don't rely on it too much. But it is a tool that is there that can help you learn all sorts of things. I use AI almost daily for development work, and we can talk about what it's used for, because what it's actually good at, right? But lots of... yeah. But it isn't good. It's not going to give you the actual best results. So basically, if you're not getting results, or if you've not figured it out, if you're new to content creation, it could be useful. Definitely could be useful. I did a series of videos for a while where I sort of did lots of things. Like, I experimented with AI for several different titles. And I experimented with AI to give me the sort of ideas of what thumbnails should look like. So I would make the thumbnails myself. They weren't AI generated, but I just used it to sort of describe what the best thumbnail would be in a certain scenario. All of this, right? Every single AI inspired or generated idea tested much worse than things that I just had a good gut feeling about, and ultimately was just a bit of a waste of time. I even used AI to help me edit a couple of basic videos to like automatically cut out silence and stuff like that, and all of that was a bit more practical, but it was pretty low quality editing. And to be honest, the whole rigmarole of going through the process of running it through an AI, I could have edited the video already in the process. But at the time, I was really, really burnt out, and it did help. because it just gave me like one less thing to do. But I will not be going back to it, and I only did that for like, I think, one video. So yeah, it's all of that stuff is like, it's AI. If obviously we have to be like speaking really general terms when talking about AI, because it's used in so many different ways and it can mean so many different things. But in general, across multiple disciplines, it makes things so that people that are very new to something, that are sort of like low skill level in a certain thing, certain discipline, anyone new to it, it lowers the barrier of entry massively to anyone getting into those things, which is absolutely amazing. It really helps for anyone who doesn't know what they're doing. It doesn't matter like what it is, whether it's programming, whatever, YouTube title ideas, whatever. In almost every scenario, someone who's actually good at doing said thing is going to get far greater results, because it is not there yet. And there's lots of reasons for that we can talk about if you guys are interested. AI is 100 times better if you ask it to explain its answer. Does not actually... I do not actually think... Right, sorry. It does not actually think unless you explain its thinking. Oh, I get it. It is very overrated. Despite that. AI generators are tools, and if you suck at using them, then you get sucky results, but 100% stuff made by people is still better. Yeah. Yeah. You can be good at using them, you can be bad at using them. It doesn't mean that if you're good at using them, you get better results than someone that actually knows what they're doing. But that is just an objective, objectively false in so many examples. But yeah, of course. AI is a crutch for most people. AI is most certainly a crutch for most people that are just not willing to fully dive into a topic and do the work necessary to get good at it, which they would be better if they did. But still an incredible tool for many, many things, and also excellent for beginners in almost all cases. So we could talk about it a bit more, because it seems like chat is interested, because people are talking about it. I'm good enough coder now to know when it's wrong, but not good enough at coding to know what the correct answer is. Interesting. We can definitely elaborate more on that, because there is an area I'm more knowledgeable about than other topics to do with AI, so I'm happy to talk about that. I asked friends today for advice on a cover letter. Instead of advice, they suggested I use ChatGPT to write it for me. Well, that is actually a use case where it actually might be better, but it totally depends on the scenario. And we can talk about that as well in just a moment. AI is a crutch, and I use it. I have a work-sponsored account. Nice. Yes, I use it almost daily as well. AI art makes me mad because people can make so much better art. Yeah, that's definitely true. So the AI art thing, like one of the biggest problems with AI, that is coming to a head right now in court with art specifically, but it actually applies to more than just art. Actually, we should probably try and get a little bit more food before we jump in here. One of the problems is... Okay, this is actually a really good... Cinnamon actually brings up something that is a really good jumping off point for me to start to explain a little bit more about how they actually work. So that then we can explain why they're good and bad at certain things, right? Okay? Because I'm not an anti-AI person, but most of the time when someone thinks AI is like, you know, so crazy and so good, it's just like a total misunderstanding of what's actually going on, all right? So what Cinnamon says is a really good jumping off point that we'll get into in a minute. I use ChatGPT to write documentation. It's pretty good at that. Yeah, massive time saver. And if I had to correct it at parts, even if you had to correct it at parts, yes. Okay, so the art thing. So why it's a problem with art, right? And this is actually going into court and stuff right now, this massive case about it, is that people sort of think of the way various AIs like ChatGPT are generating content. They think, right, that the AI is some sort of brain or something coming up with original creations, right? So they think of this is made or generated by ChatGPT. Okay, it isn't. So most of these AIs, not all, but pretty much everything that we're going to be talking about today, because they're all the most common things like ChatGPT, are large language models. Gotta go, bud. Busy day tomorrow. We'll catch you later. All right, thanks a lot, Mike. See you soon, bud. Appreciate the support. So basically, all that is going on with a large language model is human beings are feeding in huge amounts of data, like Google, everything that's on Google or something, right, into these AIs, so that the AI essentially has a database of whatever knowledge the people are putting into it, right? Then they're sort of like asking it to essentially look up things in this database. So they're basically just getting it to Google things within the data set they've given it, right? And the AI is reciting the information that the humans have already given it in a human readable way. And what the actual real breakthroughs recently in large language models actually are, this is the number one reason why it's really confusing for people, but most of the recent breakthroughs are actually just in various ways they've figured out how to make the AI deliver the information in a way that sounds more human and more convincing. All right? It's not self-aware. It doesn't know. It's not creative. It is essentially just delivering a Google result in a way where it is programmed by people to sound as sort of human-like and as natural and as sort of clever as possible, right? This is why ChatGPT will actually lie to you in some cases, because it's actually programmed to just sound impressive, to sound like it's a person, basically. But all it's doing is like giving you results, right? It's just giving you essentially search results within a large database. Every single time you're impressed by an AI, it's just because a human has trained it to seem impressive. It doesn't mean that what is actually happening is that crazy, right? Because it is essentially very advanced Google. And in some ways less advanced, right? So what does that mean? That sounds like negative. Well, it's not, because some things, like someone mentioned earlier about writing a cover letter, depending on the context of a cover letter, right? If it's just some like businessy bullshit, that all you really want is to sort of speak in business jargon to sound professional. And it's not important that you convey anything sort of like emotional or creative or real human connection. You just sort of like doing the typical thing that everyone has to do when they write a CV and stuff like that, where it's just a really straight up thing. ChatGPT is actually amazing in a scenario like that if we're dealing with the mundane, essentially. You know what I mean? It's great at just generating like a human sounding paragraph or letter or whatever that doesn't contain anything particularly complicated, that it's just sort of going through the motions of standard business practices, standard ways of writing a cover letter for your CV or whatever, right? It's actually really good at stuff like that. So that is actually a good use case for it. Now, if you were writing a letter and you wanted to connect to a human being on an emotional level for whatever reason, like if you were trying to convey why you were so passionate about a specific thing in a cover letter, don't use ChatGPT. It'd be terrible. But there's lots of business applications where you don't need that, right? It's just like it's there as a bullshit formality anyway, and it doesn't matter. So ChatGPT is good at that. I guess if ChatGPT is bullshitting, then it really is human-like. True. Yeah, ChatGPT is like a human that's a noob that is pretended they're a god. So, I use AI all the time. I use a VS Code extension called Tab9. I think that's what it's called. And, wait, in fact, I might have it on this computer even. I could maybe show you. I don't know if it's really worth it or not. Probably not worth it. But, so I use the free, I don't even pay for it. I use the free version of Tab9. And all Tab9 does is autocomplete, right? But it technically uses AI. So there's some AI autocompletes that go really crazy and will start writing like a lot of your code, right? But what I like about the free version of Tab9 is that it will only ever do what's on your current line, right? But it doesn't really, because it's only dealing with one line at a time, it doesn't really write code for me. But what it does do is it creates a little mini machine learning environment within my project, so that if I am writing like a set of variables and it's like green equals you know, whatever set of RGB values, red equals whatever set of RGB values, like if I'm setting up like a color palette in my game, right? Because it uses AI, it is actually not pulling from information that other programs are doing. It's pulling from information that I have written myself, and it understands human context. So if I write left equals something, and then on the next line, and if I type R, it will autocomplete right, because it understands that right is in context to left, or up is in context to down. You see what I'm talking about? It's just really simple human context things that lots of default autocomplete is really bad at, but AI is really good at, because it can actually sort of like know what you're up to. But it's not sharing this information with anywhere, and it's not, you know, writing code for me, and it's not pulling anything from anywhere else. It's just looking at the context of what I'm doing in the moment. So it's literally a teeny tiny thing, but I find that it regularly just helps improve my productivity a little bit. One of the other ways that I use AI is actually with ChatGPT. And what I actually do is, if I'm working on something Maybe let's get some mushrooms from in here. If I'm working on something where I need like a long list of names for a game, you know, like if you need to name like 100 NPCs, I can literally type in, let's say it was for Valheim, I can literally get, I was going to say, generate 100 first names that sound like they're of Norse descent, but are, you know, under 10 characters or something like that. And I can just get it to generate lists of things that are within a theme. And what I actually do is a lot more sophisticated than that. So like, I'll literally, like, if I want to like name something in a game but I can't think of what to name it, I will give ChatGPT as a prompt the entire story and mythology that I have come up with behind my game. And then I'll be like, knowing this, you know, list 500 names under X amount of characters within this sub-theme. And instead of just, I won't like copy and paste that list into a project, but it'll help inspire figuring out names. I can like just select one out of that 500, or I can maybe combine a couple of them. And it becomes a really useful tool for like idea generation, where you sort of like brainstorming names for things. Specifically, if you want something to be like, have some sort of inspiration from history or something that really happened in real life, or you want it to happen within a certain sort of narrative theme, you can just explain all of these themes to it. I don't ever use AI because I don't need to, but that might change. Yeah, almost no one needs to at this point. It probably will change. Not gonna lie, I used AI to give me a list of names so I could pick one. My daughter's middle name. It is actually good at stuff like that. Look, at the end of the day, people are really... a lot of the complications and the strong opinions around AI come from a fundamental misunderstanding of what it is. Because if people hypothetically wouldn't be okay with you picking a middle name for your child based on AI, then they could never be okay with someone buying a book of baby names, because all ChatGPT in that context is basically the largest book of baby names ever, and a more user-friendly way of delivering said names to you. You know what I mean? But we never spoke about the art thing. So like what Cinnamon said about art. So the art, so specific, so where it doesn't just apply for art, it applies to code as well, although it's less complicated with code for several reasons. So like one of the ways that these, you know, when I said about these large language models, all they're doing is just feeding information in and delivering it just like they're Googling it. Well, the problem becomes if what the data is, what it has to chuck out is an image. If you're creating an AI that chucks out images, then the data you put in has to be images. And the problem becomes, who do those images belong to? And does somebody own them? Are they copyrighted? And do you actually have permission to use them commercially? Because 100% for a fact, you are using it commercially. If you are a business that has a business model that revolves around AI, and you are training an AI using someone's copyrighted work, that is commercial usage. It's just commercial usage that people don't see. Because the problem is, much like when you ask ChatGPT to do something that it's actually good at, like write me a cover letter or something like that, right? When you do that, there's nothing clever is happening. It's essentially Googling all of the articles that it can find that are telling you what a good cover letter is, copying that information and reciting it in a natural human sounding way that a engineer has just told it is a natural sounding way. Just like when you do that with an image, it's not creating the image, it's copying what's going on in several other images and sort of laying them on top of each other in a way that is unique and sort of doing some image manipulation here and there to make it, a bit more whatever. But essentially, it's kind of ripping off people's work. And where the problem lies is on the companies training the AI. Because as a human, right, you can see a painting like the Mona Lisa, and you can draw, you can paint a picture inspired by the Mona Lisa, where it's like some Valheim character or something instead of the actual Mona Lisa, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's cool. That's creativity. That's still a unique piece of art. There's nothing immoral about that. That's just iteration. That's how creative things work. People are inspired by other humans. The problem is, though, in the AI equivalent, a business that makes money from selling AI services has fed your actual image into its system and therefore used your image in a commercial way without your permission. That's illegal. That's called copyright infringement, and that's why there's massive lawsuits all over the place against these fucking systems right now. Now, the same thing is happening with code. The thing is, though, people don't really copyright code and stuff. We spoke about that the other day, right? When we're talking about patenting, that it's like programmers hate the idea that someone patents code. They think that's like scum behavior, right? And understandably, right? It's not in the sort of like mindset of that world. Is there somewhere better we can get food? Because this is kind of not good. Oops, didn't realize it was so close. So the problem with code is not the legality of it. It's the problem with code is that it's not necessarily guaranteed to spit out anything that's actually any good. Because think about it like this. I think everyone understands how the image stuff works, right? If you were creating an AI to generate images, in order to do so, if it's a large language model, which they all are, you have to feed it images to train on, basically, right? Imagine if like 99% of the images you fed in it were basically just like poop emojis. It was like dog shit art. It was just scribbles, you know, by some 4-year-old or something, right? Nothing. Rubbish. But 1% of it was like what's his name? Salvador Dali, is he the famous artist or whatever? Something cool like that. What are the odds when you ask it to generate an image? What are the odds that it looks good? Pretty small, probably, right? Well, most code is shit. Really, most code is really shit. It probably is the code equivalent of 99% poop emojis or whatever. Why you can't? It may work, right? So I'm not saying never do it. I am saying if you want it to what you're doing to be good, don't do it. if you want it to be good code, don't do it. I never experimented with this by having it generate lots of GML scripts, and I've gotten it to like just as an pure experiment out of curiosity. I like had it create like 2D platformer physics for Game Maker and stuff, right? In order to get the code that ChatGPT gave me to work, I had to like set up the level in such a way that was such a backwards ass fucking dumb way. It just made no sense. Like no experienced developer would have put the game together that way. You know what I mean? And, you know, the code it worked. And it actually worked pretty well. But if you had to work like that, it would not be faster for me as someone that didn't need to use ChatGPT. It was an experiment. Much better results just doing it without it. I'm trying to find a way into the little structure thing. I can't really see what's going on. So yeah, the somebody totally new. To be honest, the other thing I felt about using ChatGPT to generate code was that I also felt like somebody totally new wouldn't have even understood what it put out to know what to do with it. That was the other problem. So therefore, it's useless. It's putting out poor quality, unoptimized code that's shit to work with. That is not useful to the people who need it. But hypothetically, right, if someone new to game development was to use ChatGPT to generate the code, hypothetically, it could be really useful. That person could just get things done and get a game made in a way that they couldn't do without it, and just get it done. Hypothetically, if they were able to actually implement it. In my experience, it's that I don't think a newcomer would even know what to do with what it was putting out because it wasn't done in like a logical way. But hypothetically, someone totally new could do it. And I have two different trails of thought on that. One is that person will never improve as a programmer and get good at programming ever. They will essentially learn nothing by doing that, right? So if the goal of that person is to learn to be a game developer, specifically for programming, they won't accomplish that goal if they only use ChatGPT to generate the code. Therefore, I would not recommend it. I would say it's garbage. However, in the world of game development, I'll wait until I finish talking because we're about to do something crazy. There is also something that is far more important than any kind of technical prowess or smarts or anything. And it is not talked about enough. And that is make a game. There is a huge problem in the sort of online community of people trying to make games and talking about making games online, where people are not following through. They're not managing to finish projects. They're not managing to get the game out. So part of me does feel that if AI allows people to just make more games and accomplish the dream of being a game developer, then that's a good thing. And there's a lot more to making a game than programming, right? They would still have to design the levels. They'd still have to figure out, you know, how to work with the engine. They still have to create all of the assets. Like I said, when it comes to art, that's like what's going on right now is basically illegal. So I don't think that'll be around for much longer anyway. But assuming they didn't use AI for all of the art, that is useful. Look, Undertale, massively successful indie game, super popular, critical darling. People absolutely love it. Famously, someone managed to decompile it and look at all of the code, which I think was Game Maker code, if I'm not mistaken. And it was fucking terrible. Right? There's a reality. Like, all that really matters is making a good game. ChatGPT might be good for that for some people if they're not able to do it in any other way. But if you was to ask me personally, I would say don't do it. And I would say just learn. Just it's not. You just have to be passionate enough about it. It's not as hard. Nothing is as hard as it seems. If you put the hours in, you'll figure it out. You know what I mean? But that's only with code. Like anything where copyrighted materials is being fed in is illegal and will not stay legal for long, I promise. There is already massive lawsuits about it. It's not going to last. They're going to have to change it. And I know what's going to happen is they're going to license. Companies already do this. It's already happening. So it's kind of already the case. But they're going to have to start licensing all of the material they're training the AIs on. Once that happens, like, it's legally going to and morally going to be sound. The question is just, is what it's putting out any good? Because most of the time it's not. So don't bother. With code, there's no moral quandary. Because I don't think code should be copyrighted anyway, and it usually isn't. Even if it just pulls from open source, it's fine. But quality is always going to be the problem. And AI is not really that good at programming. It's usually highly inefficient, pretty unreadable, and a mess. So anyway, that's the AI topic. Thank you for going to my TED Talk. I have arrived, so I missed something. Where's the yeah, we managed to hit the progress bar. Let me just add something to my list. And then I'm going to try and jump down here. All right. Thank you, Zinthorn. All right, here's what I want to do. I want to jump down here. I want to do full damage reduction. And then I want to place crafting tables so we can deconstruct things. And hopefully get to safety. That's relogs. Now they shouldn't be able to see us. I know max fall damage is 100. You can also take no fall damage by relogging before you hit the ground. Okay, this. And this. And this. Look where we are now. Behind. And it's pretty safe back here. Generally speaking. Oh, weird. We can't see make bone bolts. All right. So, let's cook that food whilst we sort of remember. We should also yeah, we should also kind of set up for cooking bug meat as well. Thinking about it. Maybe we get rid of this. I think maybe what we'll do is move this. Let's chuck this back here or something. Right. That's pretty good. Get some rested stuff going as well. Trying to get as good of a wolf as we can, basically. We actually are in a pretty decent little base here for ourselves. Okay, cool. And then I'm wondering if it's gonna be worth clearing this area out or not. Probably not. We still have max difficulty on, right? Oh, we should probably make this level 2 as well. Fuck it, YOLO. Oh boy. We had to wait so long for the door to open. Also, SC27 watching 27 likes. Don't want to say great job. True. And YOLO ended very fast. True. Whatever, bro. Oh, we're already getting a little bit unlucky. Bruh. What days do I stream? Those specific days. I just stream 2 to 3 days a week when I'm not busy making videos and stuff. The best way to make sure if you're interested and you know, not missing streams or anything is to just join the Discord. Get a notification when I go live. I'll post a video there. Pretty sure that she was just all the way at the top. Yeah, so she's just taking a while to get here. Oh, wait, what the hell was I stuck on? Oh, there was one behind me as well. That's what I was stuck on. Looking out the window at Hilda coming in. True. Thanks for the look, Pablo. I'm sitting in the morning at my campfire getting rested and waiting at the cauldron for the witch to pour the potion, but she brews it only halfway before I even get to argue. She's looking out the window at Hilda coming in. Is this a parody of something that I don't understand? Top quality poetry as always, of course. Oh, true. One of my favorite songs ever. This critter somehow avoid the frickin' AoE there. Used to hum it so often streaming, but now when I see the stream I hear that song. I've been randomly humming that tune for so many years. Yep. I wish they would just tweak the range of some of the Seeker attacks. So she got way too much health. True. We can avoid them spawning though. I'm just out of practice on doing this, that's all. One of the things that once I get grinding the run again that we're going to start to see from my runs are more optimized queen segments. So definitely onto something from the Mistlands challenge, if you guys remember. Didn't the health bars that the kids would call thick? True. I don't know if it's going to be worth killing these guys outside. I think I might do it. The problem is I should have done it before we got started. Because every minute we wait, she's healing. Where's the bar? We hit the goal. So you'll be happy to know we'll be doing the multiplayer stream very soon. Oh, I didn't change the overlay to say inverted mouse. We're too excited about accomplishing the goal. I always give away my keybinds when I do this. I rebind a couple of keys on my keyboard to be the number keys. Basically, I never really use 1, 2, and 3 in games for anything that needs to be used instantly. I only bound it for things that like are not needing to be used instantly. Excuse me. Because they sort of require to take your fingers off WASD too much. But I use like 4, 5, and 6 instead. And then I'll often, for Valheim at least, Q is 1, R is 2, and F is 3. And I'll play that way sometimes if I play other games like that. Oh. I don't know why I didn't see these other ones until I already changed to throw my spear. That's not good. Gonna have to do something with these guys outside, aren't we? What's my favorite boss? I think in lots of ways, Yugloth, like I love the way that he looks. I love the music and stuff for the Yugloth fight. I don't know, probably the new one. Probably the new one. Harder. Yeah, next stream will be multiplayer stream. Oh, she's gone upstairs, it sounds like. It's a bit of a pain. Fuck's sake. Get me that rested. She's coming, but she'll take a while because she was up top. Only aggroing over mobs doing that. She's still not down yet. If she goes all the way up to the top, it could take ages for her to come down. There she is. This is the strat. Relog before she gets too far away. Because what happens is the way they program the AI is that she knows she can't get to you. She'll now move away. This is the big thing we figured out during the Mistlands only challenge. That will dramatically increase the time people do the queen fight in their roams once people get onto it. So basically, she'll wander off for a certain amount of time before she's aggroable again. It's random where she goes in that time. If where she goes is within the range of the spear, you can re-aggro without having to reload. If she goes outside of the range of the spear, hopefully you relog in time before she wanders too far away. She's too far away. What type of diamonds is she weak to? Nothing really. Magic is pretty good against her in general, though. And this strat works pretty good. You don't want to do it normally. Well, you want to save yourself some time. You don't have to do the weird relogging and stuff, but you can use this wall to help you out. We're actually making pretty good progress. To be honest, we might as well go do a repair anyway because it's about to break. Oh God. Go about this guy. Dude, stop. That could have been potentially tragic. Okay, now. You see how close our bed was to being broken. Oh, I collected all of the ether. I didn't realize I did that. Okay. Give me that food, bro. Bug meat, my favorite. Whoa, you went flying, dude. Ah! He heard us laughing at him. Yeah, and what? Okay. Where'd he go? Or she go? There we go. That's better. That's probably aggroed some mobs actually. Oh, I should have placed my eater. Forgot. Getting overexcited. Yo, while she's doing this, I can probably do it. What? Just Valheim things, chat. Oh my god, the inversion. I've lost count of the seconds. Where's she going, man? There we go. Perfect. It seems like it's not working right, but it's because she's immune to it for a seemingly random amount of time, somewhere around 20 seconds. So when she'll randomly give up, right, when she can't hit us, and she'll wander around. Where she goes is random, but she's not aggroable for a random amount of time as well afterwards. So now, I'm not getting hit, so she's wandering. So now we'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, there'll be a random few seconds added on here and there. So it might not be right away, but sometime around now, she's hypothetically aggroable. If we can re-aggro her without being in line of sight, then that means Seekers won't spawn in. See, look, she's back. It's one of the reasons why the strat actually is going to work out super good, because actually you can avoid being flooded with Seekers. All right, so counting again. I'll do it in my head though this time. She's really close to us this time. Seems like, oh shit. So one of the other things is that relogging will immediately reset our aggro as well. Oh my god. I'm dead. Oh, we'll get you. So yeah, we're trying to avoid relogging too much, because she'll regen a little bit and also we'll lose our rested. But you can just also relog as soon as she goes away too. I remember when we figured this out. Might as well go and repair. I kind of decided that relogging after every time was probably faster. But we kind of need to test that. I don't want to test it right now, because this is going super well. The only thing, obviously the only reason why it might not be is just because of losing rested, but probably caused some seekers to spawn in because we did it in line of sight there, but if she didn't see us, then it won't have. Obviously the ether's doing a little bit of damage as well. This is a challenge run where for the whole run chat has been voting on turning on off different world modifiers and changing what the current challenge is of the run. So this isn't like a regular speed run. I mean, runs are like 15 hours or something at the minute, but I hope to do something about that pretty soon. But yeah, this is a challenge run. really good consistent damage. I mean, the fact that it's conceivable as well to get a level 2 demolisher in a reasonable time in a run as well, it's like, this is crazy fast for a queen speedrun fight. I don't do them anymore because I refuse to do any run that's not done in one hit. But I'm gonna start running glitched because I think I can get that time. No one's running glitched, and I think I can get the run time down doable in one run. I'm basically determined in figuring out like what a good speedrun category is to do it in one run, in one session that is random C glitchless, because no one is doing it right now, and that is all I really care about. I don't really like doing segmented. Segmented is great for like stuff like this. When you're doing insane challenges where it's like not even conceivable you would do it in less time. But if it's like a competitive speedrun, I just don't. I'm just not really. Don't like doing segmented. Don't like watching segmented. You know what I mean? I'm realizing, oh, I don't know why we thought this, but maybe it's because we're still figuring this strat out and probably was just like less optimal when I was thinking about this. But there's kind of no reason to just be throwing the spear early, because your demolish is going to break way before your spear breaks. And it is RNG how long she takes before she can get aggroed. So there's a chance that she does it sooner. I kind of want to capitalize on it. Because the sort of medium third, the middle third there, the bar that was just some damage on, we've absolutely plowed through. And notice how like using this approach with hard to deal with hardly any seekers. That's why this is way faster. Mr. New Game Plus runs up to Yag. Yeah, me too. I might do some New Game Plus runs at some point. But the thing I'm definitely most passionate about figuring out is certainly the new game, the new game random seed runs though. So the new game plus stuff also became a very different beast with Mistlands, because it's all of a sudden a lot more stuff you would have to bring. But there are runners working on bringing it back. So we'll get there. Have I played the Elden Ring DLC yet? Only a little bit, actually. I haven't had time to fully dive into it. Wait, where did she go? she's stuck over there for whatever reason. Probably just caused some seekers to spawn in there. Nope, I guess she didn't see me enough. If she has full on line of sight to you, and you're within range when she aggroes, she'll cause seekers to spawn in basically. The reason I'm throwing it at this wall and moving back is because if you stand close to the wall, you'll throw it through it. And this wall is like the furthest point we can technically throw the spear to. I was going to say, send the ether do anything in a minute. One of the videos that I made that I was super excited about at the time, but it actually didn't do that good, that I wish more people watched, is the one where I killed the queen with just ether. Have you guys seen that? Has anyone in chat actually watched that video? I wouldn't be surprised if no one in chat right now watched it. That video didn't do good. You watched it? Nice. Shout out to Royster. How long do you think until the next stream? It's going to be this week. I can't say when exactly because we now need to actually figure out setting it up. So as soon as I've figured out how we're gonna do it, because basically we can do it no matter what, right? But we said I'd try and figure out how to mod the server to lift the player cap so that it's like unlimited or at least very high. So I need to look into that. If I decide that it's going to be too much of a pain in the ass to do that. Because I know we could use mods for it, but it'd be better if we did it without people needing mods. But yeah, like, either I figure that out pretty quickly and we do the stream pretty soon, or it takes me a while to do, or I'll look into it and decide it's not worth it and we do it pretty soon. I don't know yet, but I think it's going to be better me putting a little bit of time in to figure out into doing it exactly how we want to do it, so it'll be super fun. And once I've figured it out, I just post in the Discord and on the YouTube community tab, and I will set a date then so that people can know when to join. Then it is just like rushing into it out of excitement and not doing it how we want. Queen's about to go down, by the way. Nice and quick. What's the video called? I think it's called like Queen versus Eater or something like that. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Queen. Yoink. Found it? Nice. Oh shit! I just realized I was supposed to stop streaming at midnight, and it's 5 past, so actually it's timed perfectly. But I forgot. I forgot I had to stream at midnight because, you know, people go to bed and stuff. I don't know. Wake them up. So yeah, that worked out perfectly. So we'll leave it there. So before I go, first of all, before people start tuning out, make sure you smash the like button on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps. Even if you're watching on Twitch, exclamation YouTube in the chat, link in the description, go over there. Still the best way to help me out for free, so just go like and subscribe to on YouTube. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to end the stream, and off stream I'm going to figure out setting up this special stream. Because we hit the goal, we're going to do, as in celebration, a multiplayer stream where we'll do a speedrun, but anyone in chat can join. I need to figure out setting all of that up, because I'm going to try and mod it so that anyone can, like, we can lift the player limit so it's more than 10. If we can't lift the player limit, it won't be the end of the world, but it'd be nice if we could, because it'd be funnier. So I need to look into that. Once I've figured that out, what we're doing with that, whether it's going to be 10 or more, all of that good stuff, I will post in the Discord and on the YouTube community tab the date and time of that stream. So make sure you join the Discord, because the community tab's not super reliable unless you go and check it manually. The best way, if you want to get a notification, is to join the Discord. Can Xbox players join? I will try my best to make it so Xbox players join. But I can't say for certain yet, because it depends on what the solution to the player cap is. If we're sticking to the player cap, yeah, definitely. If I'm managing to mod it, well, hopefully I can do it server side, so that the answer is still yes, but I actually don't know yet. So hopefully we're going to try and make it so they can join. So that's what's going to happen with that. In terms of this playthrough that we're doing right now, which, let me actually pause the timer and stuff and log off, so we're not like digging into our time here. The next stage with this is going to be, so basically, stream wise, the next stream will be that multiplayer stream, and we're going to do that this week. That'll be the only other stream this week, because I need to focus on videos. After the multiplayer stream, we'll organize, or maybe even during the multiplayer stream, what we'll do is we'll have you guys vote on what the final challenge you set me is in this playthrough. Because so far, all of the changes, all of the votes have been triggered by donations, right? Now, we've hit the goal. We don't need to do that. So what we will do is we will do during the next stream one final vote where you guys get to choose what challenge we do for the final segment, for taking on the Ashlands and killing Farder. And that will sort of determine what the finale of this challenge series will be. So we'll vote on that during the multiplayer stream. The plan after that, stream wise, is for a little while, for a week or two, I'm going to be going back to streaming, doing the maximum difficulty playthrough and or the speedrun streams. I want to take a little bit of a break from this series, and then in a week or two, we'll stream the finale of this. So that's what's going to be happening. Again, I'm streaming 2-3 days a week. But this week it's 2 because I need to get some videos out. video-wise, I'm currently working on a video about builds on the build server. Hopefully I can get that out this week. If it's not out this week, it should be out next week. And yeah, other than that, we're going to be making videos out of this playthrough, out of the maximum difficulty playthrough. And if we manage to do any good speedrun stuff out of that as well. So that is what's coming up on the channel. So make sure you join the Discord so you don't miss any of the videos or live streams, because you'll get a notification in the announcements channel for that. And also, let me actually do this before we leave today. I did post a short video before the stream today about oh shit, whatever. I just reset my timer by accident. I did post a video about basically that it looks like witches might be coming to Valheim, in case any of you guys haven't seen it. So go watch this video, go leave a like, go subscribe to the channel, go leave a comment. All that stuff helps with the algorithm. We're just going to spam chat with it. If you guys don't know, this video is just a quick brief discussion and some of my theories about what this is. But Irongate posted the latest dev blog, and it has a witch's hut in the swamp in it. So in this video, we inspect that image and sort of theory craft about what it might be. So recommend checking it out if you guys don't know about that already. Thank you so much to everybody that donated. You're a fucking lifesaver. We really needed this to happen. And yeah, we're going to be back to just doing the normal content as usual for the foreseeable future on the channel for a while. Until the next time we try to do something different. But yeah, business as usual for a while now. Yeah, thank you so much. And make sure you join the Discord, because I'll be posting in the Discord soon when I've figured out the server stream setup. And we'll announce what day this week we're doing that in the Discord very soon, as that's figured out. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks, man, and thanks, Daria. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the multiplayer stream. We'll play some Valheim. Have a good one. Bye.